Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is the Devil card. This is a very, very powerful way to begin. I think that this is showing a lot of ambition, a lot of creativity on your part. We've got some air energy now coming out. We're going to finish up with our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, and we got the Empress. That is, in combination with the Devil energy, this is really an interesting set of energies. Now we've got a lot of court cards coming out here. So I wonder if there's a kind of a larger group of people that we might be involved with here in this situation. Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to select one card at random, not that one. And it's going to be revealed at the end. So this is the one. We'll set the alien on top. Now, we're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading. All right. And hopefully at the end of everything, that card will tie the reading together and give us the confirmation that we need. All right. So now, interesting, we had the Queen of Wands that just kind of flew out of the deck there. I wonder if this is just kind of a restatement of our control of the situation, or at least our authority here, right? This card is, it's water and fire. And interesting, over here on the path of the serpent, we have a lot of water and fire here. See, fire, water, fire. But not so much on the path of the dove. Over here, it's mostly the fire that's leading to this really intense creativity here. We've got the Devil and the Empress. So you're definitely committed to producing results, right? And then we have some earth energy, some air, some fire, some more earth energy over here. It seems to be fairly balanced, although I would like to see a little bit more of the water energy. The water energy we do have. I think it shows that we're starting to move into the kind of the feeling portion of the work. You know, all of the activity that we're doing now, we're going to start having some kind of feelings about it. You know, we're allowing ourselves now to have an emotion, to have a reaction to all of this work. Okay, so I think we're reaching our goals, and the time is coming now where we're going to have to start really enjoying how that feels. Right, it's time to immerse yourself in the joy and the beauty and the pleasure of it, the satisfaction that you get, which I think up until now, because look, this is a Princess of Cups, it's in the position of your environment. I feel like before we get to this card, it's all business, it's all ambition, it's all planning, it's all creativity. And then through this Empress energy, we really start to, and even with the Queen of Wands, because this is a connection of fire and water, I think we're starting to realize that, hey, it's okay to be happy about this. We're producing such wonderful things here that we're starting to shift our energy from this real dedication, business, professional, this very ambitious energy over to some of this water energy that we're starting to see. So I think we're kind of allowing ourselves to open up and connect with this work on a deeper level and start to experience the joy surrounding it. Yeah. Well, let's start with the beginning. Let's start with this devil energy. This is very strong fire and earth energy. This is a real dedication to anything, whatever you commit yourself to. So this is your ability to commit to something, to not waver, to not be pushed aside. You are just strong, powerful, like a locomotive on a track. There's no stopping it, right? Anything in its way, it's just gonna have to smash it, right? No, not literally, but there's no derailing your ambition, your endurance, your commitment to this work. It could be a career thing, could be a creative project, could be a family thing, could be a project at home. This energy could apply anywhere. And that's the thing with the devil energy. It depends on where we apply it. Put any mountain in front of this card, it's going to climb the mountain. Doesn't care what it is. Doesn't care how dangerous. Doesn't care what's at the top. Doesn't care if it even has anybody with it. It's just going to climb. That's what it wants to do. In fact, it would sometimes prefer to do it alone. But I don't think that's your situation now. We have a lot of this. We have a lot of court cards. 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. We also have this 6 of discs in the past. I think you recently, if we go to this recent past, we see the 6 of Pentacles. I think that you recently succeeded in bringing diverse forces together. Okay, it could be different people. It could be, it could be at work. Maybe you've assembled the right crew in your department. Maybe you have hired the right people for the job in your business. Maybe at home you've got the right contractors. You've got the right, I don't know, whoever, workers, all right, vendors. It could be that you've finally gotten all of your friends or all of your family members to sit down at the same table and let's organize this. Let's plan this out. I like looking at the 6 of Pentacles like it is a round table, right? It looks like one. It's a round table with, basically this blinding light in the center, this solar energy right in the middle, right? This is the common goal. So I feel like you've assembled a group of people or a group of entities or energies around a central idea. Okay? And that was kind of the beginning of the work. Once you were able to do that, now the mountain appears for you to climb. Right? But we needed this cooperation in some way. I don't know exactly what you're doing. This could be the different people involved in getting your music produced or your film made or your art show, opening or whatever it might be, right? Could just be the various things that have to come together to, get you the job that you want or to get your promotion in the department or to make this project a success, right? It's something, yes, that you'd rather do on your own. But I don't think we are. I think that this success or this project, this work that you're doing is very personal for you, but I feel like we need cooperation here, especially when we then start to include all of these court cards. Now we're seeing this air energy. It's a Knight of Swords. It's fire of air. A lot of fire in the reading. And that to me speaks of, creative energy, of really intentional, purposeful activities. There's a real serious objective here for you. Yeah. And yes, you would rather do it yourself. You'd rather make these achievements on your own, but we do need cooperation. So this Knight of Swords, I don't think we're talking about another air sign person. I'll tell you the way I interpret the court cards. When we have a few of them, doesn't matter what they are. When we have a few of them, to me it suggests that this is more of a group effort, that there are more personalities involved than just yours. Okay? That's just speaking of these cards generally, not even looking at what the pictures are. Okay? But then when we take each card individually, it could mean something else. Yes, I still feel that there's a group of people here, but I also feel as if you are the creative one. You're the one with the fire and air, right? So this card, in another sense, just represents a part of you. And this is you bringing the ideas in. This is you having the insight. Maybe this is yours. Maybe this is your baby, you know. It's your project. It was your idea, your inspiration. Okay. Because I feel like you're someone with a lot of ideas, you know. And I think there might be a little bit of this. I'm feeling kind of that we're reluctant to give our secrets away, you know. We're kind of reluctant to share those ideas with everybody. We kind of play the cards close to the chest, you know. We don't want to reveal all of our plans right away or to everyone. We like to stay a little bit private, I think. And that also goes right along with that devil energy, saying, look, something that you want to do as much of it yourself as you can. You don't want to have to reveal everything to anyone. People kind of are in this, they get information on a need-to-know basis, I think, you know. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the plans, right? You've got the inspiration, you've got the endurance, you've got the power, you've got the will to climb this mountain. You've also got the plans, the organization. It's structured. Here's a 6 of Swords up at the top here. I think you're someone that can see the bigger picture, you know. I think that in the chaos of all of this fire energy, you're able to really see how everything comes together, how all of the lines start making patterns, you know. You're probably somebody that sees patterns readily in the chaos of life and of manifestation. I think you're someone that consistently can see the patterns in things. So that gives you this real sense of organization, right? Where you can see how all of these different pieces are coming together. And not everyone else can, right? Maybe they don't have the same kind of skill that you have, or maybe because they don't have all of the data that you have. Either way, you have a very clear vision of what you're doing and what the future is going to be like. And again, this could be taking place just in your family. It could be with your friend group. It could be with a personal project. It could be a professional thing. It could be a community thing. Maybe you're retired. Maybe this is something. Maybe it's a new vocation. Whatever it is. But you know what it's supposed to look like. You have the vision. You see how everything comes together. The other players might be kind of compartmentalized, but you can see the bigger picture. You can pull the final vision out of the chaos of all of the energy that's going on. Also with the 6 of Swords, I get this feeling as like everybody that's involved here has a stake in it, right? Because the swords here on this card are all penetrating the very heart of the matter. This is an issue, a project, a work, an endeavor that affects everyone involved, right? It personally, to their core. It really matters for everyone. And that, I think, is a good sign that you've got the right people gathered. You know, you don't want people here that don't really want to be here. If they have no stake in it, then they're not going to fully commit. Yeah. Now, down beneath everything, we've got this 9 of Wands. This is a real strength. This is the first step into the water, I think, a little bit. Because in this card, we connect sun and moon. We connect fire and water. We connect heaven with earth. And this gives you the strength for all of this. It gives you the the mental organization, the physical strength and power, the commitment, the willpower, the everything, the fire energy, the ideas, the ambition, the confidence. There's a real inner strength with you because you know yourself well enough. You have had this revelation of sorts, I think, about this issue, about this project, about whatever you're doing. There's something that you really feel deep within you that gives you this certainty, right? That allows you to commit to this, even when it's difficult. And honestly, we don't really see too many signs of difficulty here. We see signs of organization. See, we've got a 6 of discs, 6 of swords. We've got a 9 of wands here, and we see all of these court cards kind of working together. We see Empress, we see 8 of discs, and we see the Queen of Wands, which again, the Queen of Wands was that card, that extra card that kind of popped out of the deck. I feel like this really is you, because this is fire and water combined, right? This is what we're aiming for. This is kind of our ideal state. This is what we're working toward. Having all of this fire energy, I mean, we got a little bit of fire everywhere, right? A little bit of fire in all of these places. But what we're trying to do then is balance that with the water energy. And it's something that you feel inside, maybe unconsciously beneath the surface. You feel this strong connection, strong commitment, strong love. This kind of this instinct that what you're doing is very meaningful, very impactful, very significant. And now we're trying to allow that kind of watery energy, that love, that joy, that pleasure that we get from this, that enthusiasm, that spiritual connection, that emotional, that deep connection with this work and with the meaning behind it. Now we're trying to get that energy a little bit more active. Yeah. So we have a Princess of Cups, and we're trying to incorporate that water. We're trying to be someone who can balance the ambition, the activity, the planning, the work itself, with the enjoyment of it, with the fruits of your labor. And the joy and the pleasure that we get from doing this work and bringing everybody together. Yeah, you feel like you'd rather do it yourself, but I think in the end, it's really going to be something that brings you and your loved ones together, right? Maybe you've hired people to do this work or something, but I think it has a greater significance. It affects more people than just you. Okay. So the Empress energy. The Empress is in the immediate future. This is the fruit of your labor, right? This is the result of all of this work coming to fruition. This is a lot of success. This is a great abundance. This card might suggest that you literally are growing something. Maybe you're growing a business. Maybe you're growing your career. I get this sense of growth. I get this sense of some kind of vegetable plants that are just like taking over the whole backyard, just growing. There's just, zucchini and pumpkins and fruit trees just everywhere. It just starts growing wildly, out of control. And that's kind of a intense, almost overwhelming experience, but it's so joyful, right? Like look at all these fruits and vegetables now. It's just our yard is overgrown. We can't possibly eat all of these vegetables. So you have to start giving them away, sharing them, right? So this is that feeling. Now maybe it might not be a garden. Maybe you might not be in agriculture. Maybe you are. But whatever you're doing, I think, is going to have results beyond just, your expectation. It's going to be something, I think, that grows exponentially. It's just going to it's going to produce results in abundance beyond our expectations. So we have to get ready for this. This is real growth. This isn't just, oh, you did it, congratulations, thank you. This is like, wow. It's beyond belief. It keeps growing, right? This is something that is going to need a lot of tending, a lot of maintenance, perhaps, right? You've created this huge, lush garden, but now you have to, now you have to tend to it. You have to maintain it. But I think that this is a beautiful problem to have, right? And I think that's kind of the start of this energy shift, where we're starting now to go a little bit less with the, climbing up the rugged hill, and now just kind of a little more water, a little softer, a little more yielding, a little bit more nurturing and slow, rather than fire and struggle and, again, this kind of goat like struggling up the rugged mountain. Now it's just a little bit of softness, a little bit of nurturing, kind of being a caregiver to this thing that we're building. Now, this card could represent the family, right? Could represent the business. This is a card that says you start a business. Well, it's going to, the success that you're expecting, your projection is way off. It's going to be 200% of your projection. If this is a family, this is saying, well, you thought you were having a kid, turns out you're having triplets, right? It's kind of scary, it's kind of daunting, but still it's a joy. It's this kind of, it's intense, right? So we're trying to balance that out. And the first card that we really come to is some fire energy. A Princess of Wands. This is kind of that mix of excitement and fear, This is the intense joy, but also kind of this anxiety that comes with it. I mean, the figure is kind of dancing with that tiger, right? It's fun, it's exhilarating. It's also kind of scary and overwhelming if we stop and really think about it. This is a lot, right? Whether this Empress is a business, a harvest, a crop, if this is a family thing, if this is, some kind of creative endeavor, any kind of project you're working on, the results are going to literally spread like a garden that's out of control. So your initial feeling is going to be this excitement / fear, But what we're trying to do, again, is incorporate that water energy, trying to get this Queen of Wands thing going. So we have a Princess of Cups next. Now it's like we have this fear, this anxiety, this exhilaration. We also have this overwhelming joy and beauty and just almost just tears from being so happy, because this is so much better. And you're probably thinking all the ways that this is going to benefit you and your family, your loved ones. You're thinking of all the people that this is going to help. And your projections would have been pretty amazing. You would have felt good about your projections, but it's exceeded those projections. It's twice as good as you thought it was going to be. And that itself is kind of this overwhelming emotion. You're so thankful for it. Yeah. I think that's kind of how this energy is shifting from, and really, are you surprised? Because you have all of this wonderful hardworking energy, all of this ambition, endurance, your plans, your organization, your strength. I just think we miscalculated how great this is going to be. So I think this is a message that really needs to reach you right now. So I'm happy that you're here watching this video, Because I feel like you need to start preparing for this type of success. Now, do you have everything in place for when this is actually like twice as much as you thought it was going to be, right? Are you prepared to handle that? So we might have to start adjusting our infrastructure to handle the kind of success that's coming in. Maybe this is your business. Maybe you are expecting a certain amount of units or something, or customers, but it's going to be so much more than that. Are you going to be able to keep up with it? We might have to start shifting our energy a little bit there. But I think the main point is to start embracing how good this feels. You've done the work. You're succeeding. It's going to be amazing. Let's allow ourselves to feel that, right? Now, what we don't want is this Prince of Wands. This is a card, really, I mean, I like the Prince of Wands. I think it's a very good card, very strong, pretty obedient. This is like an energy that just, you're just going to keep going. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're cold, maybe you're hungry, but you're just going to keep working. You're just going to keep going. It's a little bit of the devil energy there. But we don't want to burn ourselves out. This card's almost saying that it could represent that you feel that no matter what the level of success is, no matter what this Empress brings, you're going to feel like it's not enough and you have to keep working. No, I can't sit down and enjoy it. I've got more to do. I've always got more to do. There's always something on your plate. Yeah. And this is like the switch was just turned on, and this is all you can think about. You just have to do more. You have to keep pushing. More fire, more air. We don't have that mechanism in us that just says, hey, let me take a break. Let me take a day off and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. So this is what I think you're trying to avoid, because maybe you know this about yourself. Maybe you can already see how it's just like, there's always something to worry about. There's always some anxiety. Yeah, now that we see it's succeeding even more than we thought, right? It's even more profitable, or it's, more abundant than we expected. Now, I've got to work twice as hard because I have to maintain that, right? And now I have to work to kind of readapt all of that infrastructure to handle that abundance. So it almost gives you this anxiety, like, great, now I just have more work to do, And that's why I think we're shifting our energy into this water, because this is the card, again, this is the card we don't want. Now, you're very capable of this, and this is going to lead you to even more and more success. The Emperor, there's no limit to the Empress, right? Whatever energy we put into this, the Empress is going to continue to grow. There's no limit, okay? So as much effort as you put in, that's how much this is going to grow. But we want to incorporate some of this water energy because you are going to burn yourself out of this if we don't incorporate a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of an enjoyment and an appreciation. Slow down and just smell the flowers. And that brings us to the 8 of Pentacles here and at the end. This is slowing down, not stopping, right? Not letting things just kind of grow on their own and do what they want and, to heck with it. This is just like reduce your hours a little bit. Maintain the success, right? Do what you have to do. Maybe hire some other people to help or whatever. Cut your hours back a little bit. But you're not going to neglect the garden. See, you're still in the 8 of Pentacles, you're still tending the garden, you're still maintaining it. Yeah. But we're not burning ourselves out trying to continue to grow. Maybe you just kind of maintain it, tend your garden, harvest your crops and wait till next season to kind of start the push again. There can be a little bit of a break, not a stoppage, but just a slowdown. Let's take it easy. These are the flowers that we need to enjoy. When you're rushing around so fast with air and fire like this card, you're not really enjoying the work you're doing. You're doing it as fast as you can, as you're going as hard as you can. But you're not really there. You're not experiencing it. You're not appreciating it. You're certainly not enjoying it. You might enjoy the rush. You might enjoy all of the work. You might enjoy the doing, right? But I don't think we're really appreciating or connecting or feeling the joy of what we're doing, right? There's a difference there. So I think the Eight of Pentacles is saying that we need to smell the roses, right? As we're growing them. That's how I think we connect with that deeper meaning that you have for this work. But it's getting a little bit pushed down, I think, because of, all of the requirements, all of the activity, all of your responsibilities. So there will come a time where you have to make that decision to start enjoying, slow down, right? Be present in the work that you're doing, right? Smell the roses that we're growing, right? I mean, yeah, it's a business, sure, but you can still appreciate it. And so you can still have that kind of, that human experience, right? That spiritual experience with the work, with the materials, with the people involved. Really connect with it again. Okay. I think this message really, really needs to find you now. We're going to do this mystery card. Thank you, Alien, for your assistance here. Stand him up. I think maybe we've decided on a name. Maybe I kind of like Simon Ripley. I like Mork. Maybe Mork can be just the nickname, right? Call him Mork for short, but full name, Simon Mork Ripley. I like it. He just fell over. I think he fainted because he was so impressed with our naming. So thank you everyone who sent in names for our little friend Mork here. So what does Simon say for the mystery card? I don't know. I'd like to see a combination of fire and water, or I would just like to see water. Just give me some more water here. No, it's another nine of wands, because you're not. This is showing me now that yes, this message can't wait, because this strength that we had, right? The inner certainty, this commitment, this willpower, because we know what we're doing is an expression of us, of our soul, of our nature. There's no doubt in your mind. You're fully committed to this, right? That is that fire energy that is really going to kind of burn you out. And yes, be committed to this, but are we too much in the sun portion and not enough in the connected kind of moon portion of this card? Because the Nine of Wands in the Smith-Waite Tarot is really about the intensity of your willpower, that it's like it's a real Rocky Balboa kind of thing. Doesn't matter how bad you're getting beat up, you just keep going until you win. But in this case, there's no final bell to the fight. There's no decision. There's no knockout at the end. The fight just goes on and on and on and on, right? So you're gonna continue to get beat up, to wear yourself out, to burn out, to get exhausted, right? So I think we need this water energy, not just for that human, spiritual, let's appreciate our experience, but just to heal yourself too, so that you can continue growing this into the whatever kind of empire you want, right? So we have to be careful with this Nine of Wands. This is the strength that you have to keep going. And that's admirable. You need that. Don't lose that. Don't lose that Rocky Balboa vibe. but, learn when to, or how to treat yourself in between rounds, right? There has to be a break between the rounds. You can't just fight nonstop forever. So take those breaks, right? And at least take care of yourself and try to appreciate what you're doing before you get back in the ring for the next round and you keep going. Yeah. So I think this mystery card, that confirmation card is really showing us the urgency of this message, and I think the real need to kind of shift the energy a little bit more into the kind of water, rather than all of this really, really strong fire energy. Anyway, we're going to do an extended, and if you want to stick around for that, just click on the link that's up there. That will give you access to every extended reading, not just for Gemini, but for every sign. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.